Here, coming at you another video review. And today, as you can see, I'll be taking a look at the 1/144th scale high grade 00 riser from Mobile Suit Gundam 00. In part 1, I'll be taking a look at the 00 Gundam itself as well as the various accessories that go with it. In part 2, I will be covering the O riser and then finally the combination into the 00 riser. So let's get started. The colors are, as you can see, the standard Gundam colors of white, blue, red, yellow, and dark gray, along with clear parts and multiple stickers. As with most 00 models, the posability is fairly good. The head can move up and down on a ball joint as well as side to side and rotate all the way around. Just takes a little bit of force to do so. The head can also move back and forth with a ball joint in the body. The backpack section, there is a ball joint here so it can move up and down, back and forth, as well as rotate pretty freely. The binder section here can move back and forth, and the actual GN drive can move up and down and rotate all the way around. The arms can move back and forth of the body, as well as move back and forth a bit at the actual shoulder. The shoulders can move up and down, and the arms can move up that far, but they get blocked by the binders. They can move out to the side that far, rotate all the way around just below the shoulder, bend that far at 2 points. The wrists can move back and forth pretty freely. The hand can move side to side, in and out, and rotate all the way around. The torso can move back and forth at 2 points, one in the body and one in the waist, as well as rotate all the way around. And tilt side to side. The side skirts can move up and down, wiggle back and forth, and rotate. The front skirt can move freely on a ball joint. The legs can move side to side on a special hip joint. Legs can move forward that far, back that far, out to the side that far, rotate all the way around just below the hip. They can bend that far at one joint, that far at another. The ankle armor can move up and down. The feet can move that far forward, that far back, rotate just a bit, can move back and forth, and turn at the actual foot and tilt side to side very far. Now for the accessories. I will not be covering all of the accessories in this part, but only a few minus some that are more distinctive for 00 Riser rather than the 00 Gundam. So to start things off, I will first focus on the beam sabers. The hilts are simply white pieces of plastic. He does, of course, come with 2 clear pink beams. They slot into the beam saber handles very easily. You can hold them quite simply by just dropping them into his hand. And he holds them fairly well. They're not going to fall out unless you bump them or something. They can also be stored on his back skirt with holes in the bottom. Simply stick the wide end of the beam saber handle into the space. You can also stick them into the horizontal space on the side. To make it to make it appear as though they are sticking out for him to grab. But normally they will just sit there like that. The next set of accessories I'll be covering are the twin GN Sword 2s, or 3s. I'm not sure which number they are exactly, but you can see them there. They're mostly molded in dark gray plastic with white blades, clear parts, a little bit of blue, and some stickers. They do have some minor posability in that you can transform them from sword form to gun form, or rifle form. Simply take the blade off, turn it sideways, and then put it back on. Pull down this blue panel, and then pull down the grip. He can hold the rifle fairly well. It's a little wobbly in his hand, but not terribly so. He can hold it in sword form just as well. Just slide it into the hand, just like that. These also come with some sub-accessories. The first of which being two large pink beam parts. To attach these, the first thing you do is take the blade off and turn it sideways, and then simply slide the pink part on over the middle of the blade, and there you go. They also come with a special connector that allows you to turn them into a double-ended blade. To attach it, you simply take off this section right here. Then you attach the other end in its place. And fold it down. Then do the same with the other end. Attach it. And there you have a large double-ended blade. A blade which gets even more ridiculously large if you attach the pink effect parts. Putting the blade into his hand is fairly straightforward. You simply take off the back of the hand, stick the handle into the space, and then put the back of the hand back on just like that. The blades can, of course, be stored on the model. There are pegs on the sides of the handles and peg holes on the side skirts. Simply slot the pegs into the holes. And there are the twin GN Sword 2s or 3s, whichever it is. Stored on the 00 Gundam. The set of accessories I'll be going over with the 00 Gundam are the GN Daggers, I guess is what they're called. They're mostly molded in blue plastic with dark gray on the back and white blades.
They have several different forms. Like this, you can just pull the blade out and give them a long form like that. You can take off this blue piece and with those tabs right there, put them into these tab holes and get a longer section, or you can pull the blade down and get a really long weapon. He is able to equip them onto his arms. You simply get to the back of the arm, and there are holes here on the backs of the arms and tabs here on the daggers. Just line up the tabs with the holes, and there you go. They also have a combined form, which is famously called the GN Surfboard. There are tabs on the tops of each blade here. You just slide them into holes like that, and you get a really big dagger thing. You can also not do that, but you can pull on the blades to extend them and make it longer, and you can attach it to the same spot to have it function as a giant, awkwardly held shield. These can also be stored on the binders. You simply curl them back up like this, then move these blue panels up to the higher slot. Then there are tabs here on the back right there that slot into holes right there, and there they go. And there he is with the GN daggers stored on the model. Well, that finishes up part 1 of my review of the 1/144th scale high-grade 00 riser. In part 2, I will go over the O riser and the combined form of the 00 riser. Bye.